Hi. I'm going to do some channeling. There'll be some sort of love message, I'm sure, coming through. If it resonates with you, hopefully you'll check it out again. I do this pretty much every day. You can follow on YouTube or the Facebook page, Messages Love from Beyond, which you're probably on right now. But so it's Aaron Lacey. That's not me. I'm the host, and that's not my name. But that's a name that they allow us to use for them. Okay, so I'm just going to be quiet and see what happens. Okay. There comes a time for most of you when you choose to pinpoint a certain part of your life, of your being, that you wish to draw attention to. Now, most often this has been gotten some attention from outside. Most often, humans do not wish to pinpoint the important things. It is much easier to sort of move about a little bit easier. Don't get into anything too heavy. A little lighter. But often something from the outside triggers a certain reaction on the inside where it points directly at something that you cannot ignore. It is almost as if it is an arrow to the, we wouldn't say heart, but an arrow to the part of you that wishes to be noticed. Now, sometimes you can skirt around it for a little while. And then eventually you see the arrow still sticking out. So every now and again you glance at it, you say, oh darn it, that thing's still sticking out there. I've spent some time away, I've tried not to look at it, and there it is. Why is it, of course, that one would ignore an arrow to an organ, we would say? Having said it in the way that we have, it is sort of creating a picture for you that you would choose never to ignore such a thing. You would go to a doctor. But when it is emotional pain, excruciating, you often think it's a different thing and that it doesn't need to be addressed. We wish to say that energetically speaking, an arrow to the organ is the same as an arrow to the soul, an arrow to the emotional self. It is all one, you see, in a certain way. There are different layers to it, of course, but it is all trying to pinpoint something energetically. We will discuss the energy because that is the part that is often being missed by you. You are thinking perhaps that you are just this human body, this encasement that you have. And yet this human encasement, when the energy is removed, still exists, only it deteriorates, of course, but it still exists, you see, when you are finished with it. How is that then? So you are not exactly a body, but you seem to be. When the energy leaves, it is all over. Where is the energy going? The energy is joining back with the universe of love. So therefore, right now, when there is an arrow to an organ, an emotional or energetic, it is all about healing energy. An arrow is poison and deadly. And it is pointing out to you a certain part of you that wishes to be healed. You wouldn't think that from that story at all, would you? But a love arrow that's pointing something out in you is an energetic wake-up call. You have called it to you. You have said, please point out what it is that must be repaired, that must be noticed, that is dying to be heard. Point it out then. The universe of love, we would say, for lack of a better word, will create a love arrow. We always say it's love because energy is love. You see, it's the same thing. Love arrow comes exactly to the spot that wishes to be seen. And the spot that wishes to be seen, of course, calls the love arrow to it also. So it is perfect in a way. This is a lesson in energy for you. It is energy that becomes stagnant or stuck, will always wish to be seen. And if an arrow pointing into it, now what we mean by the arrow, you see, is it is painful at first. It is painful for as long as the arrow is in there, really. But once it is removed, it will heal the place. But first, the energy is calling it to it, so it will be noticed. It will be popped open, you would say. That sounds sort of a disgusting thing to say. But if there is something in you that wishes to be seen, it will call energy to it. And sometimes it will be painful for a few moments. Only until it is seen and heard in what it needs to express. It doesn't mean it's a big, long, deadly thing. It just means it wants to be seen for a moment. So, if you have called a love arrow energetically to you, and there's a part of you now that is in distinct pain, perhaps you can call a little love to it, a little support from the universe, so it may begin its healing process and be removed. There is much love here for you. Namaste. That's not Cupid's arrow at all we're talking about. I don't know. Hopefully that resonates with somebody and means something. Okay. Bye. I don't have anything to say about that. Have a good day. Bye.